Moms, you need to mom yourselves. What do I mean by that? I know so many moms, they spend all this time, they carefully pack their kids' lunches, they make them breakfast, they make sure their clothes are all cute and clean, and then they show up at their desk, lots of times working from home, sometimes running into the office at the last minute, and they've done nothing to prepare for themselves. Mom, you gotta mom yourself, okay? I'm not perfect at this either, but I do have a few things that have worked well for me. One of them is just practical. Before I sit down at my desk in the morning when I'm working from my home office, or if I'm not working from my home office, I make sure I have this stuff in my bag. I have water. This is real life, okay? This is not edited. I have this iced coffee, which is, you can see it's melting. And I also made myself, and again, this is kind of gross, but I made myself this oatmeal. It has oatmeal and blueberries and protein powder and creatine and will probably change my life. And I have that on my desk to make sure that I eat it at some point throughout the morning and drink it, because otherwise it's so easy for me to get buried in meetings and then I'm not taking care of myself. The other thing is I usually keep a piece of fruit on my desk. So I have an apple here. I recently read this study and it said that there was like a guy, of course it was a guy, and he would eat chips when he was feeling stressed out about work, and he switched to eating apples and he lost 10 pounds. Of course that happens to a guy, but I'm not eating this to lose 10 pounds, although I would welcome it. But actually I just leave it here. That way I know I've had 2 servings of fruit already for the day. I'm kind of up and running and I don't necessarily have to leave my desk to do it. That said, my next tip is leave your desk. Walk around the neighborhood, do a walking meeting, get up and walk around. The way I find time to do this is I set time on my calendar. It's usually actually working time for things I need to follow up on or things I need to work on, but I know in that I have some buffer where I'll have a few minutes where I can spend some time. I can just go out and get some fresh air. If you're a woman and you haven't heard, you're supposed to be lifting heavy weights. It's relatively heavy, so I keep these weights right here. I might just do a couple reps. Again, it's something. It's just a way to take care of myself a little bit throughout the day and mom myself. And then finally, before I start my day, I try as much as possible to feed my brain a little bit. I do some reading. This one's about being a better executive. This one's more inspirational. And I just spend a few minutes reading these books because it just helps to center me, reminds me of my why. I spend a few minutes writing some things down and then I get started. I'm not getting up at 4 a.m. I don't journal for an hour every day. I don't exercise every morning. I probably should. But these are some of the things I do to mom myself so that I can be better and show up better for everyone around me. Who else has a mom tip?